boys and girls, let's all look up here. We are going to talk about something very important that's going to help you figure out the meaning of some words. So a root is a basic word part, usually from Greek or Latin. Many words have a Greek or Latin word part that carries a meaning. And knowing that meaning can help you figure out unfamiliar words. So knowing the meaning of roots can help you understand the meaning of many different words that carry the same roots. You know, like the root of a plant. So words have roots, boys and girls. The Latin root, A-U-D, aud, means hear or listen. The Latin root vis, V-I-S, means see. So like, for example, who's ever heard of the word audio? Audio. Have we ever had where we've had problems with the audio on our board? And when we have problems with the audio on our board, when we're trying to do something, what does it mean if I'm having problems with the audio? We're trying to watch a video and I have problems with the audio. What does that mean? What happens if I'm having problems with the audio? Jensen?
It means that you can't hear or listen.
I can't hear it, right? So we can't hear it. Because aud, A-U-D, means hear, so it has to do with hearing. Now we also have one, vis, V-I-S, means see. So it has to do with your vision. Vision. Does anybody ever get their glasses at Vision Works? Have you ever seen Vision Works?
Yes.
It's a place where you get your eyes checked. Vision, vision, V-I-S, has to do with see, seeing. So words that start with that V-I-S or that A-U-D have that root to them. So if you see A-U-D at the beginning of a word, it has to do with hearing. If you see V-I-S, it has to do with seeing. So we're working on words that have to do with hearing and seeing. So we're looking for that root at the beginning of a word. So let's look. Let's look at A-U-D, which has to do with hearing or listening. Now here's a word you've all heard, audience. A-U-D-I-E-N-C-E. Audience. What does an audience do? Olive?
Watch you when you perform in like a play or
And they do what?
and they listen.
They listen to what is going on. Very good. Audible. Audible. Yes, what do you think audible means?
Like sometimes, like on a game that we play on iPad, we have audio, so that it is better every time.
Could you say that again? You weren't audible.
Like, audio is like,
It's something you can do without touching? What do you think audible means? Yes.
it's hard to hear someone.
Yes, it's whether you can hear someone or something. Yes. Yes.
It's like someone not on mute, so if I'm mute sometimes, they can't hear them, it's hard to hear.
Yes, it's hard to hear. Kindle has audible books. Books you can hear. Books you can hear. Audible. Audition. A-U-D. It's you can hear. Has anybody, what is an audition? What's an audition? What's an audition? Mikey?
Like you try out.
You try out.
I think I tried out for a split meeting when I was like 5.
So you tried out. So an audition, so they can hear you. They listen to you. They want to see what you can do. They hear you and listen to you. Now we have our other Latin root, which is V-I-S, which means see, and we have the word visual. What do you think visual has to do with? Visual means something you can do what? Logan?
See,
Something you can see. Visual. Yes.
I have another word for GIS.
What is it?
Visit. You can see
Yes, visit, that's very good. You could see someone, visit. Visit. Now we have the word invisible. Invisible. We have, oh my gosh, what's on the beginning of this word? Invisible. Yes, Libby? I-N, and I-N means what? Not. And visible, we have viz. What do we could kind of break that word down. Yes, Thomas?
That means
You're not visible, so you cannot
see them.
see them. Viz means see. So somebody who is invisible or something that is invisible, in not, viz, see. So you cannot see something or someone. Now we have a word we're all familiar with, television. So what is television? We all know what television is. It's something we can see, yes? You can watch television. Very good. So here are words, and when we're trying to figure out the meaning of a word, we could be looking. It's like, boys and girls, sometimes when we're doing our simple solutions, and we have some of our shapes like an octagon. And how many sides does an octagon have? How many sides does an octagon have? Anastasia? 8. How many legs does an octopus have? 8. Octo, oct. The octo means 8. So that is also a root. So words that begin like that. Triangle. How many sides does a triangle have?
4.
No, 3. So try is a root. When you're little, you might ride on a tricycle.
Oh my gosh.
And how many wheels does a tricycle have, boys and girls? 3. So that is also a root. I see, are you making the connection? There are many, many roots. So if you know the root, it can help you figure out the meanings of many, many words.
That's really cool.
It is very cool. That's the cool thing about it. It helps you figure out the meanings. Yes?
Also quadrilateral.
Quadrilateral. That's an excellent one. Quad means
4.
4. And so there's a lot of words that have 4 in the, oh, how about you have muscles that begin with quad?
Yeah.
Does anybody know your muscles that begin with quad? Yes?
What?
But their full name are quadriceps. And how many quadriceps do you think you have? 4. You have 4 quadriceps. So you have 4 quadriceps. Quads 4. So boys and girls, roots. So you listen to the root. You listen to the root. Are you paying attention? Knock, knock. So you listen to the root of the word. You look at the root of the word, and it helps you figure it out. So there are a lot of words that begin with these. And when you see them, you'll be able to figure out the meaning of the word. Now, boys and girls, how about, can you think of, I think probably we have some on our paper. And at this point, you already have your paper. And if I asked you for some word examples, you'd probably just start doing them on your paper. So let's look at our paper here. It says, a root is a basic word part, usually from Greek or Latin. Mostly that's where they're from, Greek or Latin, boys and girls. That carries meaning. Knowing the meaning of roots can help you understand the meaning of many different words with the same root. So it's a root, and then things grow off of it. Words grow, word parts grow off the root. Think of it like that. And it says, choose a word from the word bank to complete each of the sentences below. So let's read the words we have in the word bank. We have, everybody, I'll say it, you repeat it. We have audio,
Audio.
visualize,
Visualize.
audition,
Audition.
invisible,
Invisible.
visit,
Visit.
auditorium.
Auditorium.
Now, is there a word there that you don't know?
Nope.
Does everyone know what an auditorium is?
Yes.
Did somebody say no? An auditorium is a place where you go and you can watch things. My high school had an auditorium in it. It's where we would go and there would be concerts and assemblies and plays, things like that in the auditorium. It wasn't a gym. A gym was where gym class was. Oh, I went to school in Chicago. My high school was in Chicago. It was called George Washington High School. And so that's where we went to the auditorium. Yes.
My brother, I think it's an auditorium at his school. It's probably a theater or an auditorium.
Yes, probably. So that is what an auditorium is. I think that, I don't know if anybody read Officer Buckle and Gloria, that's a story. There's an auditorium in Officer Buckle and Gloria, that's a story that has an auditorium in it. Okay, so here's what I'm going to have you do. I'm going to have you do this paper all by yourself. Yes, you can do it all by yourself.
Yes.
Now, you need to make sure, boys and girls, here's what happens sometimes. You need to make sure that that word makes sense in that sentence.
Yes.
So reread it to make sure, and please spell it correctly.